So, as a community, do you think we do enough to protect and support single mothers, or do we blame them too quickly?
It
You
depends on
should
your
an- you
community.
should answer that question.
You want me to answer it?
You
Mm-hmm.
should answer it.
I got mixed feelings. I got mixed feelings because I don't want to shame single mothers, but I feel like we're not ashamed of single mothers. Like, and that ties back into Thursdays. Black people don't have a culture. I don't feel like we protect. Like, we're not ashamed of having too many single parent homes. Like,
And, and I've
and
told you
we
this before.
hold on. Let me
Go
keep
ahead.
going up. We glorify. We glorify. I get irritated when I see a young lady, a young beautiful lady, um, precious baby, take a baby picture, take a guess who's pregnant type of picture, and there's no dad inside. That shit frustrate me, and it's so accepting. It's so acceptable. I don't like that.
Yeah, because things happen, and the thing is, like
It
I
can't,
told
but
you,
it just can't keep happening because then you producing a whole generation with no balance.
like I told you once before, I hate that there's this negative connotation as it relates to single mothers. Why are we blaming the people that stayed and raised the child? I think that it's so unfortunate, and it lacks
Mm-hmm.
character to hold the
Because,
person accountable
but
that's raising the child and
I'm
not the person
holding,
that's trying to
I'm
bear the
holding
child.
the woman
It doesn't make
accountable.
sense.
I'm holding her
It's
accountable
nonsensical.
because we're not gonna act like some women don't have the baby to keep the man. We're not gonna act like sometimes like
But you
it's
think,
deeper than just she just had a baby and she just innocent. Like, no, it be other things that happen. But I'm not saying that's across the whole board. You do have
that's what it
outliers.
sounds like.
That's what it sounds like
And,
because.
and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's belligerent. I'll tell
So
you
what
why it
you
doesn't
do?
make
You
sense.
see more? Do you see more? What do you see more of?
I see more women putting their child first and staying with the child instead of putting it up for
But
adoption.
what are they
I see
putting? What
more
are they putting that man
women
through?
with
What they putting that
raising their
man through?
child.
What they putting that man
Oh,
through that
I
want
don't
to be
know
there for their
why
child?
is a grown man being victimized in a situation with the child. The child is the victim in the situation, not the man or the woman. However,
But the
the
woman
single
gets
mother is the
so
one staying and raising the child. So
the
let's
woman
shout out
gets
to
so
her and give
emotional
her the
that she
respect
pushes
she
the
deserves.
father away. She pushes the father
I
away.
think you may be
What?
generalizing. You may be generalizing women to a point of a clearly
Yeah.
a stereotype in a stereotypical situation
Mm-hmm.
that does not belong to most or all women. A lot of women put
Right.
their child first over their own needs. A lot of times, you saw
Hmm.
Janaya, to take it back to the movie. You saw Janaya willing to be talked to crazy for the idea of being able to sustain for a child. So when we try to put down or speak down on black women, and specifically single black mothers, as if they're the problem, they're clearly not the issue, and they're the one raising the child. And I'm not gonna just put all the fault on the
Bro,
black man, but
we not finna
you
act
should raise that
like
child.
no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because it's both. I'm a balance both though. There are some
That
women
it didn't
that
seem
end
balanced.
up.
It didn't
There are
balance.
some women that end up with sorry ass dudes. That is true. But he was a sorry ass nigga when you
Well, you
slept
know
with
what?
him.
Me and you are
Know what I'm
talking, but
saying?
What?
we have a few mothers. I think the mothers should speak to their experiences or to what
Oh
Yeah,
they
yeah,
yeah,
experienced.
yeah. Go, yeah, yeah. I go,
because
man. My bad.
James, I
My
really
bad.
want to understand. Like, I do not understand how you can say a woman will push a man away. However, that does not mean the
So,
man.
so let's
I'm
talk
not done.
about
I'm
it.
not
Let's talk
done.
about it.
I'm not done. It does
Okay.
not mean that the man should just neglect the kids all because of the relationship with the mother. I don't care how crazy the mother is. I don't care about the detriment of the
It ain't
relationship.
about that.
There should still be nothing because at the end of the day, you could have a conservator or you could have a third party to speak to the mother of the child or another way to maintain contact and relationship with the child or still support the child with you even having to deal with the mother. So you can't tell me that I have to exclude myself
So,
completely
so
because the
I
relationship went bad.
I don't want to
Mhm.
put your business out. I don't want to put your business out. But think about choices you've made for a certain person that you. I mean, you brought it up on the show before, but you even said a certain person is not allowed in this person's life
There
because of
is
what happened between
nothing
y'all.
that should keep a parent
But didn't you say
away
that
from
though?
their
But
child.
didn't you say that though? You don't want that person to be the father because of something.
Now there is a clause in my situation because of domestic violence, yes,
But
and
he
because
don't.
of domestic
He
abuse.
can't. He can't
But
be
he can't.
redeemed. He can't be redeemed like to see his child.
That's the thing. He has to have the want. There is no want there for the child. The want was towards myself, not my kid. So it wasn't because I was keeping this person away because of my child. It was because of my own sanity. If you're telling me that you want to make a relationship with your child, I would let that happen. But I'm
But
not going to
but
allow
you
you to make a
said,
relationship with the child because you're trying to get to me. Because people will use
mm,
children as pawns,
and
and that's
and
not what
that's
I
A
will
what
allow.
thousand percent.
and
A
that's what
thousand
women
percent.
do, and that's what women do too. We not gonna sit up here and act
No,
like
no,
it's
no,
just
no, no,
one
no.
sided. It's not one sided.
But this
It's not.
woman,
It's not.
this woman just explained to you perfectly her situation that you brought up. She
Mm.
explained to you why she felt like it was necessary to withhold her child because this man apparently has abused her in some way, sort of fashion, and now he wants to use that child to get back around her to possibly abuse her again, or God knows what. So no, I think in this specific situation it's different, and clearly she made the right decision.
I mean, I ain't gonna go too far because I respect Mary B, and I think she a good woman, so I'm not gonna say too much. But what I'm saying is the child. A lot of times, women get emotional about the man not wanting to be with her, and if
Oh
he don't want to be
gosh.
with her, she feel like
These
he can't
sob
be with the
ass stories.
child.
I'm tired of these
I
sob
mean,
stories. I'm tired
So,
of
you can keep your cape on, but it's real.
it's not a
It's
cape.
so
real. It's like what the fuck? It's real. Shit is real.
just as there are
Funny.
incidents where women will have a child to keep a man
I
around,
think if
there
there
are
is a
some
father
men
trying to
who
have a
will impress.
relationship with their child and
I don't know if
solely
she can.
wanting to have a relationship with their child, they need to seek counsel
Yeah,
to make sure that they can have
See,
their rights. But I
see,
just
it's
don't.
easy. It's easy for y'all to say that because y'all are women. Y'all have more control than a man does. Like it. Go look. It's shit on TikTok. It's shit everywhere where men want to be in a child life, but the women make them jump through all types of
you
obstacles. You
quite
gotta pay.
literally can go
You gotta
if the
pay. You gotta
paperwork to fill
pay.
that out is
Okay. Okay.
the paperwork to fill that out to start the process is like $30. And
Mhm.
quite literally, if men would
It's
actually
not.
just
It's not
show
that
up to
simple.
court,
It's not that simple. That shit like
just
three
if they would
thousand.
just show up
It
to
it it be
court,
like
do you
three
know
k, and you lose, and you still can lose.
the majority of those cases, the
Most
the
courts
male parent
advocate
just does not show
for
up. If you would just
children to
show
have two
up,
parents.
Nah, they don't fuck with the father.
There, if you go to
They
who
do
is
not fuck
they?
with the
See,
father,
if
I
bro.
don't like this
The court,
if
man.
generalization that
you
you're
present
using.
that
I
you
think
are a reasonable, upstanding person, you're not on drugs, you don't have a criminal
Yeah,
record, they
but
want the child
it's
to have both
still,
parents in their life.
yeah, man. But y'all don't. I mean, I get it, bro. I get it.
see,
I get it. I get it.
I don't like that generalization that you're
Y'all
using
generalizing the
to
niggas
to
though. Y'all generalizing the dudes.
we are not. You
Hmm.
you brought it up, and
You
I'm
are
just saying
doing
if you
that.
don't
Because it don't
generalize
get
all
talked about
single
enough. It
mothers
don't
as
get talked
women.
about enough because
It
y'all
does
It
can
get
is
sit
talked
up
it's
here and
so
about.
act.
crazy.
Y'all can act like what I'm
It does.
saying ain't true, but it is a lot of women that's just doing like we got to get back to that. Like I didn't live like that either. I was skeeting and beating and all that too. But I'm saying like we got to get back to that where we don't give a man a baby before he give me a ring. We got to get back to that.
And that's what
So
I
then that would go into no sex before marriage, and I don't think you're an
Nah, you
advocate
can
for that.
use birth control.
but this is what's crazy to me.
You use
As
birth control.
men, as men, we tell women we are the
But I'm
providers and
not.
leaders of the community.
Okay.
As men, we tell women we are the leaders and providers of this community, and we are the direction. We are the kings. You are the listeners. You are the queen. You follow. We lead. But then we will put these expectations on them on a higher weight than we're putting on the man. Why are they being held to a higher standard of what they need to do to stop from being pregnant instead of the men from impregnating them? Like it's like that's
Exactly.
crazy to
Because
me
Because
how
because
they're
because at the end of the day, she gotta hold the baby. She gotta carry the baby for 9 months.
But so and that's the thing.
But at the
But
end
so
of the,
so wait,
like,
hold on.
just even a,
But a woman, and I promise go through this. But a woman is trapped for 9 months with a baby. A
Yeah.
man can go get 9 women pregnant in one day.
And that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
That's why the responsibility lies on her too. Because she gets trapped.
No,
No, just
that
Yeah.
don't make
the thought
Yeah.
sense.
process of
Yeah.
That don't
denying
make
the thought
That
sense.
make a
process of
lot of
saying
sense, bro. That make a lot of sense. It's called
the
accountability. If I know I got the more eyes are coming up short because I'm a woman. Because the baby is gonna most likely stay with me and his man don't have to. So therefore I have to be more careful.
But wouldn't that speak against the man because the man is the one not holding up for his responsibilities as a father?
It's not I'm not that's
I don't get how we came from
that's
watching a movie like Straw that depicted a
cuz
single
bro.
mother going through
Cuz
hell,
bro.
and now we're trying to
Cuz
I
tear
don't get
down
it
her.
either.
We're
I don't
not
get
we're
it.
not
I
tearing
don't get it
down
either.
black women, and that's the problem. Y'all, the truth turns into all these other words. Like I'm not blaming a black woman for being a single mother. I'm blaming us as a community for having so many single
It doesn't
mothers.
seem like it's community talk. It seems like you tell these women to control themselves and close their legs and
That's
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly
Like,
what it
yeah,
sounds like. The
yeah,
accountability is not
yeah.
going
It
towards them
gotta
either.
go. It
Every
go
time we
both
have this
ways though.
conversation,
It go both ways.
So do you think it was Jania's fault she was a single mother?
I don't know. They didn't show that part.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. But
uh,
I'm not so quick to think niggas ain't trying to be fathers though. I'm just not quick to think that.
what niggas do you know?
What niggas do you know?
I've seen niggas not want to be a dad. I've seen niggas want to not hold up for their responsibilities.
Who?
I've
Let's
seen
name them. Let's start by name. Give me a list.
Not name them.
Yeah, let's name them. Fuck them. They sorry dads. Let's name them. Fuck them. Let's go.
some of your friends more than
Nah,
likely,
I ain't
but
got friends like that. Come on, let go.
okay.
Let go. Let
What I
name 'em.
will say,
I
I'm not naming. I'm not putting anybody personal
Put
business
them
out there.
niggas out,
But I,
man.
and,
Put them out. Child
but what
support
I've
looking for
seen,
them.
and they gonna get caught. But what
Yeah.
I've seen is, and I've seen great black fathers, but I've also seen black fathers that don't want to be fathers, that really aren't
Yeah,
fathers. They're
but
just
then
sperm
that's when
donors at
y'all
that point.
start generalizing. That's y'all telling me I'm generalizing, but y'all generalizing
I
black
literally
men.
just said I've seen good black fathers. What do you mean?
Nah, but you lead
I get
with the niggas not being fathers though. That's the
I
lead.
Because you
get I
go
And
get
that
ahead.
a little bit of what James is saying. I think that's what okay, so going back to what you were saying, um, about the fathers and custody or whatever like that. There is this notion of like, oh yeah, all the thing a man has to do is just show up to court and you can get the same amount of rights as the mom, and
hell
because again
no.
that's what we're taught, but
That's not
we
how
have
it
to
go.
address the elephant in the room, and that is if the mom is the custodial parent, she does have power and she
Yes.
does have some type of leverage that's higher than the dad.
Facts.
Now it's up to that particular woman if she's abusing it, if she's using it. And I have seen people and dads that have fought and
Facts.
try and try and try, and the mom's like, nope, no, she keeps moving the goalpost back.
Yes. Yes.
So we have to acknowledge that that population that does
Let
happen.
let's clap for Kiara because y'all acting like y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like,
Okay, no, let's finish. Okay,
let's clap.
now
Let's clap.
there
Let's clap.
are
Let's clap. Let's
I
clap.
do I do agree with everyone saying too that there are fathers that are not there at all, that that are deadbeat,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
again, we gotta acknowledge that too. As far as the community thing, I feel like I'm not gonna be the one to be like, see, this what's wrong with the younger generation, close your legs, woman, I'm not gonna do that, because that's just not my style.
But we gotta do something though.
I think we have to do something. Let's think more creatively than our grandparents, because that sounds like somebody's great great grandma trying to shame a girl for getting pregnant. Like let's come together as a community. And in this movie, it showed people didn't stand up or even try to help Janiyah in some ways. Of
hmm
course, again, she was to herself. She was isolated, but from the first, like the landlord, um, I'm pretty sure that lady did not own them apartments. So, baby, why you going so hard for some rent?
Okay.
Like, baby, like you don't own this building, so it ain't like it's stopping your check. Like, calm down.
Right.
3 days, baby, 3 days. Um, but just that little bit of help of community. Hey, okay, I see you got a lot going on. This and that. Like, we got to bring back kindness. We got to bring back compassion. We got to bring it back.
Yeah.
Hey, her daughter don't have lunch money. I'm pretty sure somebody there, a teacher, even the principal. How hard is it to be like, okay, we need us a lunch fund here for the kids who can't afford lunch, just in case they come up short.
Nah, they do got low income
Yep.
lunch though.
But it comes from that, like my community. I live in Moss Point. I
Okay.
don't think that would happen to me in Moss Point because we have those resources. But we can't act like all these resources are there for every school district. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
And
do a
they're
good.
actively trying to remove those resources, but keep going.
Exactly. So that means we have to band together even stronger as a community, because if the government ain't gonna do it, we gotta do something. So that means maybe
Yeah.
packing an extra lunch in your baby bag and say, hey, if somebody look like they're not eating, you give this to them, or start a fund like, because there's schools that have like lunch out, like they buy, you buy snacks 1 month and it covers the pantry, so that
Yeah.
way that. But that's community. We can't depend on the federal government, the state government anymore to do that. And even like the guy throwing the beer, whatever bottle at her in the store, was any of her
That
coworkers
was
speaking up to
crazy.
her?
That's what made me feel like they was doing too much. I like that shit do not happen in real life. Niggas
But
is not
things
throwing
Mm,
bottles in
Yeah,
the
I don't know
stove.
I
In
don't
the
know what
stove.
Walmart you been
I'm
in.
it,
it do
Just cause
happen.
you taking too long, they threw a bottle. Y'all ain't never seen that shit. Y'all ain't
but
never
it may
seen it.
not be a bottle, but it may be
Um,
somebody cussing you
They
out,
might cuss you out, yeah, but a bottle is
but it may
crazy.
be somebody
That's
throwing stuff
assault.
at you.
That's
Like,
assault. That's definitely assault.
I've been at restaurants, people done threw hamburgers over the counters, and
A hamburger in a glass bottle is
okay,
different
glass
though.
bottle. But I'm just
That shit
saying it.
deep.
But did
Well,
Y'all
anybody
must
I
don't
say
shouldn't
watch
even
no
in the
anything?
gas
Walmart
station at 2
videos.
a.m. That's what
They
it
be
sounds like.
fighting though. They be
three
fighting.
people will
It'd be
show
like
up.
customer on customer on the Walmart video. Not the cashier getting a bottle thrown at them. Ain't.
But did anybody say anything? Because if that was me, I'd be like, "This is crazy. Call the police!" Like, he's throwing glass bottles, but
That's what I'm
everybody
saying.
kind of
That's
like,
crazy. No, I'm saying that's
ain't
crazy.
nobody. But again, that goes back to just showing compassion and being alert to the people that's around you. And instead of being, "I got mine, you got to get yours," or again, me looking at another single mom, like, "Hey, baby, you laid down with him. That's your fault." Like,
I
I'm never
mean,
not
I
gonna do that.
mean, I mean, damn that. But see, this what happens. We get on here and we overly be positive with the shit. Like we're not gonna
You
act like it's other people that you wouldn't give nothing to, or like you would try to give something to it, but they'll take advantage of it, or like not like it's still that barrier too. It's still a barrier there.
What you
You get what
mean?
I'm saying? Like it's certain things that be going on, and you be like, damn, you saying your kids need this, but you at the club every other weekend.
Yeah, some
Oh, I
people
mean, there's
can't remove
Yeah,
abusers.
themselves.
Yeah.
you get what I'm
Some
saying? Like
people
it's
can't
still
remove
like
themselves.
different.
I
It's
don't
still
think
some
the
like
fact that they're
getting on them,
that's when you just got to
and
use a little
that's
bit of
that's why we
discernment, a
got a
little bit of
fatherless society, because now you got a bunch of people. I ain't gonna say like y'all, but like y'all that don't like correction. Y'all can't take correction because it's like that male presence is missing. Is it the black man's fault? Some of it is our fault, but a lot of it is the system's fault. But it's like that correction is missing. Now it's like, no, we're not gonna correct them. We're just gonna baby it. We're gonna find another way to say it, but it keep leading us down to the slaughterhouse. And we got a bunch of fucked up neighborhoods and kids killing each other and just crazy stuff happening. But we don't want to speak up on the correction part.
I think the correction goes from male and female. So I get what you're saying. Like with some single parents, there are some things. Well, some single women, that there's some points where you have to be like, all right, like take some accountability for the decisions that you made. But on the other end, I wouldn't just put that on women, because look at like Nick Cannon and like what's his name, Cam Newton, and like they're not necessarily giving good examples of like they're creating more single
Facts.
moms.
Facts.
You
Facts.
know, so I think it's not a one person issue. I think it's just in general people need to do better. Like you're bringing children in this world, so be more selective of when you're even dating, who you're dating.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you don't necessarily have to be together, but it does matter to be like, hey, can you still be a parent to my child? Even if we're not together. And sometimes you don't know that to the very end. But I do feel like there are some women and some men that they know them. They know what type of person they're dating. They know what type of person they're sleeping with. And they still do it because in the moment it just feels
Hmm.
good. So
Facts.
people don't
And
long
that's
term.
and that's what I'm talking about. That part. I'm not saying that that's the overall part, but let's not act like we haven't seen women have babies to keep men. Like let's not act like that ain't
I
a
think
thing.
I
That
think
Now,
is a
no
thing.
one's I
That's a
think no one's
thing.
disagreeing with you on that. It's just you led with that and like saying
But because
like if you could
because
put a
Chris was
number
like,
to it,
Smith was
it's
like, I want you to answer it, cause I know how you feel, so I just went ahead and jumped it off.
but you kind of lead with that, so it's like you make it
Yeah,
seem like so like
yeah.
such a big percentage.
I
So it's like,
think
hold
I
on,
think
wait,
it's I think it is a lot. I think they do get underrated. I think they do get underrated a lot.
it's underrated, but I don't know, I
I
don't
think
feel
it
like
get
it's a high.
underrated.
If it's a percentage, it's 25%. Like, and
That's
then if like let's put a number to it, like I
I'm
feel like it's 25.
I'm not believing that it's just a bunch of sorry niggas that don't want to be in their
I feel
kids'
like
life.
that's about 25 too. So
Okay,
let's be
there you go.
fair.
There you go. If you could say that's all I'm asking for. I'm a dad advocate, so I have to speak louder on that because I'm not gonna let y'all push the narrative that niggas ain't out here being dads.
But you
yeah,
gotta
and
No, no,
let
no,
me be
no. We're
clear.
not
There
saying
are
that.
good dads because I was raised by a single dad where my mom was the one not present and doing what she needs to do. So, and I do agree with one thing. That's one thing I say at work that people actually don't talk enough about toxic moms or moms that are
Facts.
absent
Facts.
because that is a thing. As a person that was raised by an absent mother, there's an impact for that just as well. And some people don't really talk about that as much. But I mean, I won't say like I don't know how to. I don't really know how the topic got changed, but I wouldn't blame all single. Like I wouldn't blame all single moms for doing that, but I do know with the work that I do and the parents that I sit in front of, at some point when I'm listening to this woman talk, at some point there was a point in her life that she knew that this man wasn't any good. Or even I say isn't any good, but like just I don't know, better decision making, I guess. But that goes for men and women.
Yeah.
For the men that sit across from me and say the same thing, I'm like, at some point, you got some hint,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
I'm not saying like it's your
Yeah.
fault you're
and
in
to
this situation.
I'm lit. I'm lit right now. I'm lit. Like
I can,
I got a whole another thing I want to say. Like I'm lit right now, but I want other people to talk. Where you at, Mary B?
oh,
Mary,
I'm
quiet.
still here.
What's up, man? We still good?
Yeah.
All right, my bad. You know I'm passionate, man. I'm a dad advocate, man.
and I
I
Like they
think
said, there are